Hey guys, it's Bob Harris here, and welcome to the Paul McCartney unreleased song that I saw him play on a TV interview with him fingerpicking it with Les Paul on a TV interview that I saw many years ago. And from what I recall of the song, this is basically how it's done. I've made some variations to it to accommodate it for beginners. This is a beginner version. Now, if you're new to fingerpicking and you're just getting here for the first time, you're going to want to first learn the right hand pattern. And there's one video that I want you to watch first before you proceed here. And just go right up over here and click on that, okay? And go and take that lesson. That'll show you the pattern that we're using over here. And this pattern works for all the chords. Now, if you're new to chords as well, what you're going to want to do is you're going to want to take these quick tips, the quick tips series showing the chords in this song. We have a couple of tricky chords, some sus chords that we're using in this song, and that quick tips could be found right here. So just click on that and go to quick tips. Take those. We're building up to learn this song through the quick tips course. All right, and finally, if you missed the Paul McCartney unreleased song version 1, the first lesson going through the sheet music and the tab and all that stuff, just click here, okay, and that'll get you going with that. So if you're ready for this second lesson, here we go. Oh, I forgot a couple of things. If you haven't subscribed to my channel already, I know most of you have, but if you haven't subscribed, go over here and click this red button and go ahead and subscribe to the channel. You will definitely make my day. And the next thing you're going to want to do is go and become a member of my VIP list. And what I'll do is I'll immediately send you the Tux Guitar program that I explain in lesson number 1 of this Paul McCartney unreleased song. And you're also going to get the tablature. You're also going to get the sheet music. You also get an audio file. I keep sending free stuff that you normally wouldn't get by just watching these videos, and extra help. And it's all free. So my goal is just to teach you guitar. I want you to be playing the guitar, and that's what the goal is. It's like a real lesson. So sign up for that. That'll be very helpful. You can go and do that right here. Just click on that button right there, and that'll take you to sign up for the VIP, and you'll get all that good stuff in your email, okay? So here's the lesson. All right, so I hope you have your sheet music in front of you. Look at measures 8 and 9. That's what we're going to be working on first here. And what's important about this is we're going to have a couple of movements that we're going to have to make it, and it's called making a change on the guitar, okay? And we're going to have to change some things. And these little transitions, when you're just playing one chord and moving fingers and stuff, it's a lot easier than taking your fingers and having to form a different chord. It's those changes that make it difficult. So I'm going to try to make it as easy as possible and break it down for you, what's involved with this change. Well, the first thing is, instead of with the A7 sus4 chord that we were on, let me just play that measure. It's measure 8. If you notice, on the right hand, we were picking from the 5th string and the 2nd, 3rd, and the 2nd string. All in these 4 strings, 5, 4, 3, 2. And we had our fingers kind of resting over here. And what we're going to be doing with this particular, going into the D7th chord, which is this chord here, hopefully you know that already, is we're going to be starting that first note on the 4th string and just taking this whole fingering position. It's the same exact pattern, only on different strings. So there's a little bit of a tricky part here, and I'm going to try to make this easy for you. We're on the A7 sus4 chord, okay, measure 8. And the last note of the A7 sus4 chord, we played that 4th string. So if your finger's right there, you're not going to want to move it too much, because that's going to be the next string. We're going to play that string twice. But this finger right here in the left hand is going to have to change over to this. I hope that makes sense. In other words, it was right here, and we're going to have to get that finger off to hit that open note for the next chord. So let me break that down a little bit. Let me explain that a little bit better. All right? So we have the A7 sus4 chord. This is measure 8. finger just hit the 4th string, just played the 4th string. We're going to play it again. Okay, so we're hitting it once, then we're hitting it again. Right there. And then we're just going to go and aim at it again and change the chord. So you're hitting that string twice in a row to be able to change. Okay, so 2 times we're hitting that string, the last note of measure 8 and the first note of measure 9. Now what's important is you need to get off of this chord before you go into the D7th chord. The first note is open, so you've got to take this finger off when you go to make the change. And so I want to just show you some consistency with these 2 chords. The first thing you're going to want to do is just go ahead and, you're not going to want to move this one by itself. You're going to want to move this whole little block here because it's the same thing. Just like we just moved our hand from down here on the left hand, on the right hand rather, it's the same thing on the left hand up here. We're just moving from frets, 2 frets up on the 4th string and 2 frets up on the 2nd string, and then it's just moving it right here, 2 frets up on the 3rd string and 2 frets up on the 1st string. Okay, like so. So you want to almost have these things work together. You don't want to go like this and then go like that and press down. You want to have these 2 fingers working together. And then you're going to want to try to get this finger right here to go kind of at the same time, like pounce on the chord. Okay, let's just look at this chord change here and let's just go ahead and try to pounce on the chord. Just working with our left hand here. Go ahead and give that a try now. Form this A7, and this is tricky because we're using our pinky here. And just go ahead, and the first thing to concentrate on is getting these 2 fingers right here, getting these 2 fingers to get off of there, and then you've got a little bit of leeway time with your index finger, 1st fret up on the 2nd string. Okay? But what you ultimately want to do is you want to be able to just go ahead and pounce on that whole chord all at once at the same time. So what I'd like you to do is just go ahead and form this chord and then just try to go like this. And this may take a while to just get the coordination back and forth. Okay, so we're actually on this and this. Okay, so just try that with me. Back and forth. Very important to do this all in one motion, one continuous motion. Okay? Just shifting down below here. Okay? And of course the right hand is shifting as well. But we're playing this D note twice in a row. The last note of the 8th measure is this, with this chord being held down. And then the first note of the 9th measure is the D7th chord, and we need that D note. That's our starter position, and these fingers have got to go down here. We had them here like this. We need to, and we just got done playing this, and naturally your fingers will go down here. They won't stay up here. They'll want to go down here because you're used to being in, using these kind of, these distances. Okay. So let's just, as a a practice, let's just try to go from measures 8 to 9, and I'll go real slow. 1, 2, 3. Hope you have your guitar. Okay, let's try it again. Nice fluid movement with the left hand. Once again. And one thing to remember is once you get this play this D note, we have a pause in the counting. If you recall, with the counting, we have it's 1 and 2 and 3 and 4 and. So the and that's in there, that we don't have a note in there, that gives us time to pause to go ahead to form the chord. And that's done by design. I left that pause in there to be able to hit the note, play the note, then form the chord. So you don't have to go from the A7th and rush over there, you know. You could if you want, but you can just kind of take one. The main thing is to just, after you hit the fourth string with the A7 sus4 chord, after you play that note, you want to make sure that you're off of it. Then try to go ahead and form the chord smoothly. Open. Okay. See how I kind of have, when I go ahead and change the chord, I get my fingers hovering over there, and then I lock them in when it's ready to, when I'm ready to play these notes, when these notes are going to be engaged. Why don't I just go real slow? Let's practice this. 2, 3, 4. One, 2, 3, here we go. One, 2, 3, 4. One, 2. We'll do it one more time. 4. Measures 9 through 12 is going to be a lot easier because we're not changing chords. Our hand is in basically the same position, and all we're doing is lifting fingers. Okay? So we're starting on measure 9 with the D7th chord. Then measure 10 is the D7 sus2 chord. Then it's back to measure 11 with the D7th chord. And then measure 12 is the D7 sus4 chord. So we should already know those chords, all right? Measure 9, we're just starting out on the right hand with our regular pattern. So that would be, and the D7th chord, measure 9, 4, 3, 2, 4, 1, 3. Okay? 4, 3, 2, 4, 1, 3 with the D7. Measure 10, we're taking our ring finger off, two-fingered chord, the D7 sus2 chord, and the difference this time is we're playing this measure with our fourth and our first finger at the same time. For the start of that measure, you can see that there's two notes there in the tablature and on the notes, okay? And the rest of the pattern is the same. Then we're back to D7, and this D7 this time, we're playing two notes to start off the measure. We're playing the fourth string and the first string with our right hand, forming the D7th chord. And then measure 12, we're getting our index finger in there, our pinky in there, 3 frets up, and adding this note. Playing the fourth string and the first string to start off to give us that melody note together. you see, somebody is, even though I've been saying this, I've said this, 2 or 3 times, this finger right here, I'm just leaving it down here. You could see in the chord chart that you only see this right here, okay? This is what you see in the chord chart. But in reality, and the chord chart won't allow me to fill that in, okay? And that wouldn't be proper anyway. You never have 2 fingers on, this wouldn't be a music, it's just one note that's playing here. We're not playing that note, we're playing this note right here. The G note 3 frets up, okay? But to make it easier on your pinky, we're leaving this ring finger down, okay? So for measures 9 through 12, it would be all right? Hope you have your guitar. Let's play this together real slow. 9 through 12. 2, 3, 4. One, 2, we'll do it again. 3, measure 9 coming up. 10, 11, 12. One more time we'll do it. 2, 3, measure 9 coming up. 10, 11, 12, 'Alright, so practice that, and if my schedule permits, what I'm going to do is I'm going to do 2 videos next week. The first one's going to be wrapping up all of the little details about how to play the song and get through the chord changes. And the next video is going to be learning some of the finer points that we have not covered yet. Besides having good timing and good flow on the right hand, we're going to learn some dynamics and just putting some emotion into the music and some of the things that separate some of these sections that sound musical. I know my friend Viv, who's my dear friend, and she's been with me from the beginning. Viv, and a lot of you have too. I'm just pointing out Viv because she commented about this. She said, some of the finer points about what you're doing on the guitar, we are going to cover that, Viv. And I'm going to show you some dynamics and just some things about, muting and little fine points to make each one of the sections stand out better. So hopefully I'll be able to do 2 videos next week, okay? But for now, keep practicing, and I'll see you next week. Thank you so much, and God bless.